Have you ever felt held back from pursuing your dreams or, anything that you were going after because of fear? Like, have you ever been like felt set back or something like that? Imagine life where fear didn't hold you back. Imagine a life where fear didn't hold you back from pursuing your dreams. How would that feel? How would you go about life? What dreams or aspirations would you chase if fear wasn't a factor? Let me know in the comments what dreams would you chase if fear was a factor in doing that. Now, today's quote talks about fears and dreams, and it comes from one of my favorite motivational speakers. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. His name is Les Brown, and Les Brown's a phenomenal speaker, phenomenal communicator. I'll actually, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna post in the comments on the description one of my favorite Les Brown videos. I just think everyone should go take a look and a hear of Les Brown. He has this thing. He goes, "You gotta be hungry." I don't know if you ever heard him speak. Phenomenal speaker. But this quote of the week, it says, and by the way, once again, this is from the Maximize Your Life Planner. You can pick it up at maximizeyourlifeplanner.com. The quote of the week is, too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. Whoa. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we're living our fears. Like that's powerful right there. And if you really think about the quote and what it's saying, the quote itself, it brings up how many of us, I'm putting myself in there because I was there at one point, are not actively pursuing our dreams or aspirations because many people feel stuck or stagnant in their life. Like you don't know what to do. You just feel stuck. Like, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this mud, right? And a lot of times people get caught up in that and they're like, what do I do? What do I say? How do I move forward? Now, settling for less is not an option. You shouldn't think that, because a lot of people are like, you know what? Because I'm stuck, I'm gonna settle for less than what I truly desire. And the quote identifies that fear, listen to me, fear as the primary barrier preventing us from pursuing our dreams. Because a lot of times we look at that fear, and I love the acronym. I don't know if you ever heard this, but there's two ways you can look at fear. False evidence appearing real, like, right? And there's that's what people say, false evidence appearing real. You have this false idea of what the fear really is. But the two acronyms I really want to use: forget everything and run. Like, you just say, you know what? Forget this dream, I'm running, or face everything and rise. See, there's multiple ways you can look at this. Now, imagine waking up every morning feeling super excited because you're going to go after your dreams. See, that's the feeling that I want to leave you with today. If by this talk, by this maximize your Monday message, I want to leave you with that hope, that motivation, that inspiration, that you feel excited about going after your dreams. But I understand that some of you might get caught up in your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, and may even struggle with something that we sometimes call paralysis by overanalysis. You overanalyze something to a point, you get stuck, you paralyze yourself, and you don't even chase your dreams because you're scared of things like failing or not being good enough. You're like, am I even good enough? Am I going to do good at this? Am I going to fail? And if you've watched enough of my videos, one thing I always talk about is failing forward, learning from your mistakes, not allowing fear to hold you back, the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of uncertainty. And all those fears often hold people back from taking risk. And if you never take risk, what do? We got to take risks sometimes. And it holds you back from stepping outside of your comfort zone. I'm going to repeat that. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of uncertainty, the fear of stepping outside your comfort zone holds you back. So what do we got to do to handle that? Like, what do we got to do? You know what we got to do? We got to beat those fears. I truly believe that we can beat those fears. We can be brave. Remember I said earlier, face everything and rise? You're facing it. You're standing tall. You're brave. And you're going after your dreams no matter what. No matter what stands in front of you. See, we can say right now, nope, not today, fear. We're not going to let you hold us back. Instead, we're going to be brave. Instead, we're going to take steps towards our dreams. We're going to take steps forward. Yeah, we may fail forward, but at least we're going forward. And from those failures, we'll learn and we'll keep moving forward. Now, here's my thing I want to encourage you with. Today, you have to find the courage and strength to push through, to push forward. One of my mentors back in the day, he used to tell me, Max, the only way through is through. Think about it. Like, even if you look back at everything you've done in life, remember, think about, let's go here. Think about the hardest thing you ever gone through in your life. Like, go way back. Like, think really back to a point in your life that you were struggling. You were sick and tired of being sick and tired. You were hurt. You were afraid. You were angry. You were crying. You were emotionally not there. Like, it was not good. And you were thinking to yourself, how am I going to get past this? Now, remember where you are now, current moment. Many of you already passed that. You're like, wait, you're right. I got through that. Because the only way through is through when it comes to achieving success. See, fear oftentimes stems from limiting beliefs. I talk about this in many of my videos. It really comes down to beliefs. And what your beliefs come from is what you focus on. What you focus on expands. So if you focus on fear, if you focus on why it won't work, what's going to happen is going to give you a feeling. You go from focus to feeling inside, and you're going to say to yourself, oh, it's not possible. And that's going to bring you to a function. It goes from focus, feeling, to function of not doing anything because you have fear because it's not going to work. But if you have a belief, a focus on it will work, I'm going to succeed no matter what. Even if I struggle, even if I lose, I'm going to figure out a way to win from my lessons. And you have a focus on that, your feeling's going to be of hope. Your feeling's going to be of excitement. And your function is going to make something happen. So I want to remind you, don't allow your fears to go based on past experiences or perceptions of risk. We see risk a certain way. Oh, I think it's too risky, right? It's too risky. I don't know if I can do it. Or maybe it's based on a past experience. Don't allow your present to talk to your past about your future. You got to let those things go and move forward. See, here's what I want to remind you with. Fear, it's natural. Anyone that tells you that they never feared anything in life, they're lying to you. We all fear something at some point in our life. Just some of us have learned how to adapt, how to face it and rise, right? Face everything and rise. We're not forgetting everything and running. So fear is a natural part of being a human. Like it's a human experience. But you can overcome it with courage and determination. So you got to have the courage and be determined to go through it. Like I said earlier, the only way through is through. Now, I also want to help you. I want to give you 4 things to help you overcome fear so that you go after your dreams and step outside of your comfort zone. See, the goal is to step outside of your comfort zone. So when I talk about these 4 things that you can do, I want you to think about it stepping outside your comfort zone. Number 1, positive visualization. So you want to have a positive visualization of where you want to go in life. What are your dreams? What are you doing? What do you want to achieve? What are your aspirations? Remember, you got to think outside your comfort zone. So right now, the way you think, the way you operate is going to give you the same exact result. If you want something different, you got to do something different. And most of the time, That something different is outside of your comfort zone. Number two, reframe your limiting beliefs. You want to reframe your limiting beliefs. What do I mean by that? I want you to look at things. I say this a lot. Instead of looking at the obstacles, look at the opportunity. Instead of looking at the problem, look at the solution. The reason that people can create wealth through a business, any kind of business, if you think about what businesses do, they solve problems with solutions. So if you can reframe your limiting beliefs to focus on what's better. Remember, I said earlier, what you focus on expands. So what you focus on creates a feeling, and a feeling creates a function. So if you can shift and reframe your focus, reframe your limiting beliefs, you can change that fear and move outside of the comfort zone. Number three, take small steps. That's it. That's how simple it is. Now, some of you think about going after your dreams, and you think about, oh my God, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, or I gotta do this. You think about the bigger picture. You zoomed out way too much. You gotta zoom in a little bit and focus on the small things you can do daily. The small habits that can turn into something way bigger. So don't think about the big thing, think about the small thing. And it's like that quote that they always say, how do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. So you gotta think about the baby bites that you can take to get to that ultimate goal. So think about your big goal and then break it down into smaller steps. And number four, the last one I'm gonna give you to help you face fear, I think this is the cheat code. This is like the ultimate hack, is seek support and mentorship. Who can you get in your corner? Who can you ask for advice? Who can you ask for mentorship? Who has the result you want? Who has achieved what you want to do? You know what the challenge is? Sometimes we have this limited belief. Remember what I said earlier, number two is reframe your limiting beliefs. And there's one of them you got to reframe, is we think because they're successful, they're not going to want to share it with me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, there are many successful people out there that are open and willing to share how they got it done. And the crazier part is, many of you are friends with these people or family with these people, and they could definitely help you if you just ask. But you know the challenge there is? Your ego. You don't want to ask for help. And I'm here, your ego is not your amigo, right? You got to let that go. You got to drop that ego and say, you know what? They're better at this than me. They got it going on. They have more success, especially if they're a family or friend. Why not reach out to them? Why not collaborate? I say this in a lot of my videos. We're not here to compete with one another. We're here to collaborate with one another. Because if we can collaborate, we can connect and make a greater contribution to this world and make a greater impact. And if you know me, I'm all about making a greater impact on this world. So let's think about our dreams. I want you to really dig deep and say, you know what? I did put that dream on the back burner. I did put it on pause because of fear. But you know what, Max? Those 4 steps that you gave me to break down that fear and get outside my comfort zone, I'm going to try it. You got to make a decision today. You know, you got to think about, what do you want to do? Like, what do you really want to do? What are some amazing things that you dreamed about, but you said, nah, I don't want to do it? Like, think about it, because I all know that we all have that inner child inside of us that dreams, you know, that inner child. Now, what little steps, like I said earlier, I'm going back to that. What little steps can we take today to get you closer to those dreams? I really want you to sit down and pause after this video and write some things down. And as Les Brown says, the author of the quote I shared today, he has this saying. If you watch his motivational video, like I said, I'm going to put a clip of his in the description so you guys can see one of his motivational videos. And almost all his videos, he has these things. He goes, you have greatness inside of you. See, I want to remind you that today you have greatness inside of you. And how do I know that? Because you were designed in his image. And when I say his image, I'm talking about God. If you look at Genesis, the good book says God created man in his image. And if we serve a great, awesome, amazing God, guess what? If we were designed in his image, we have greatness inside of us. And because of that, we can do anything we put our minds to because we have him. Now, speaking of which, if you know anything about what I do or this planner itself, we also have declarations. And one thing that we talk about with our declarations is we want to speak in present tense. And one of the reasons we want to speak in present tense is we want to release faith through our words. We want to release faith through our words. See, belief starts in your heart and you confess it through your mouth. I'm going to repeat that. Belief starts in the heart and you confess it through your mouth. And that's the reason why we have declarations throughout this planner, declaration of the week. So this week's declaration is, my thoughts are filled with positivity and my life is full of prosperity. My thoughts are filled with positivity and my life is full of prosperity. That's amazing right there. See, once again, declarations is we're speaking to our subconscious mind in present tense. All right? I want you to understand that now. Speaking of that declaration, my thoughts are filled with positivity. So you're consciously choosing to focus, keyword, focus on positive thoughts. You're looking to focus on positive thoughts rather than negative ones. It's really that simple. You're choosing a mindset of optimism and looking at the bright side. You're looking at, you know what? This is possible. You know what? Instead of saying, what if it doesn't work? What if it does work? And in the second part, it says, and my life is full of prosperity. You're believing your life is abundant and successful. See, I believe abundance is our birthright. When we were born for abundance. We were not born for lack. Even if you look at once again, the good book, you look at Adam and Eve, when they were placed in the garden, they were given the tree of life. It was abundance. He said, you can have whatever you want, but that, right? And Adam and Eve decided to choose to focus on lack. What I'm telling you to do today is focus on prosperity, focus on abundance. I want you to be prosperous. Listen to that word, prosperous, to prosper. Just health and wealth. A lot of times we just think of the word prosperity and health and wealth. I want you to take it a step further. I want you to prosper spiritually. Like, how can we become better spiritually? How can we become better emotionally? How can we become better physically? How can we become better mentally? Like, can we grow? Yes, we can. So once again, the declaration is, my thoughts are filled with positivity and my life is filled with prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your message for today. I hope you got some value of today's message. If you did, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Once again, my name is Maximo Lora. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hope you have a phenomenally blessed day. Let's go live life to the max and let's go impact this world. Take care. God bless. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.